Hey, Wagwan, Buenos tardes, what's happening? This is another exciting episode of A Minute with Miles where we focus on positivity, progress, and power. So, check it out, man. The microwave was invented in 1945, right? October 8th, 1945 by a cat named Percy Spencer, right? And it revolutionized the entire world. It changed the way, people cook food, changed the way niggas, cook other things. You understand me? If you know what I'm talking about. And just kind of changed the world. He was a pioneer in that way because he made everything quicker and more convenient, right? But let me tell you something. Life is a slow roaster, right? You niggas be wanting to microwave everything. You know what I'm saying? If you can't get your results in 5 to 10 minutes, you be ready to tap out and be like, I'm done. I'm cool. I don't want that no more. Right? Let me explain something to you, man. The benefit is everything that comes from what you learn on the journey along the way. You know what I'm saying? You don't want it quick. You don't want it easy. You don't want to just be like, all right, I started this business and it was successful in a month. Very few people have that type of luck. It does happen. But the thing about it is, this is what you got to understand, right? Everything that you pick up along the way is building your character. Like I tell you all the time, right? You would rather be in a position where you don't know what you're doing with some money when it's $5,000 versus when it's $500,000 or $5 million or $500 million, right? All these things are going to teach you what to do when you actually get the bag, and the heavy bag, the real bag. You know what I'm talking about? Like, man, bro, I know so many people that give up just because they don't see results right away, man. Look, everything I ever did that was of any significance, man, bro, it started out slow and steady, but slow. You know what I'm saying? So look, let me give you an example, man. We ain't gonna go too much into it, man, but in my past life, man, I was a criminal. I was a crook. I was a money getting hustling ass nigga. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna put it like this. At the beginning of my career in that lifestyle, doing that thing, right? I started off getting rides, walking places, getting buses and different things like that, getting dropped off and shit like that, whatever. By the time I was like, all right, it's a wrap, I'm through with this shit, man, I had 2 foreign cars parked outside a 4-bedroom house and a bunch of other shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Designer shit, this, that, and the third, blah, 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 whatever case is. It took me years. And this is crime. This is crime. This ain't even, I worked at a job and worked my way up, whatever. This is crime. This is fast money. Allegedly. This is fast money. You know what I'm saying? And this shit took a certain amount of years for me to get my feet up under me and be able to get to a point to where I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting there. I'm learning it. Man, I started businesses. No cap. So I have 2 businesses that I operate with right now, right? That I work with. I ain't gonna say I own it because I don't own shit. You know what I'm saying? On paper, I'm flat. I ain't got nothing. I'm down bad. Let me hold $1, right? But I'm associated with 2 businesses, right? One business, like I told y'all, I literally started it on an accident. And I started that business on some just like, let me just see, what I could turn this into type of thing, right? And the other one I'm really passionate about. You know what I'm saying? And I'm working diligently at growing really both of them, right? And even this YouTube shit, whatever. Long story short, man, I haven't seen steady work, steady money, steady, progress from these businesses until like now. And this shit started years ago. Like, granted, yes, I wasn't putting my 1,000,000% effort into everything to try to make them grow at a substantial rate. But even aside from that, though, man, just the slow and steady, I ain't seen no fucking money from that shit. It's taken me a while to just learn my formula, learn the path and how I want to handle things, what I want to delegate, what I want to do myself, different shit or whatever the case, right? You have to learn your business, your game, your whatever the fuck you doing, and you have to get good at it. You have to get good at it, and you have to expect for it to take a while, man. Anything that I stamp, like, all right, cool, I'm going to do that. You know what I'm saying? This is something I'm going to do. I'm working on. I automatically minimum, I put it at about a 3-year mark. Now, before I was like, man, 6 months, I'll be woo, woo, woo. It'll take me about a year and I'll have this, that, and that. And even that lesson, I learned that lesson in the business of life, right? Like my granny called it the business of living. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, it's going to take time. That's a lesson in and of itself, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to set aside an extended duration of time for you to reach and accomplish and achieve your goals, just on the simple fact that, cousin, it don't happen like that, man. These anything strong, right? Anything heavy, anything worth a fuck, right? That shit has to have deep roots. Right? Like, okay, you look at your average little bush, outside of somebody's house or whatever the case it is, right? You could probably pull that bush up with, slightly minimal effort, right? You might need a tool or two to just chop whatever case, but 9 times out of 10 are some weeds, right? Some weeds, you can chop the motherfuckers down, grab the motherfuckers, pull them up, whatever, you good to go, right? But a motherfucking sequoia tree, you know what I'm saying? A mighty oak, you understand me? You can't just knock that motherfucker down. It's going to take some time, some effort, some tools, some saws, some motherfucking, a team, some trucks. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take some things to knock that down. Why? Because it's deeply rooted. It's deeply rooted. The roots are deep, locked in with the soil. It's attached to something. It done been through some shit and seen some things. You see what I'm saying? And that's what your goal, that's what your journey is, that's what your business is, that's what your, you know what I'm saying? Everything that you're trying to do, that's what it is. It got to be rooted. It got to be attached to something. It got to be, you know what I mean? It got to be connected to something larger than you. Aside from you just saying, I want to do this and now I'm going to do this. And the thing is also too, right? Like I said, God be in control of everything. And he work it out that way on purpose, man. I tell you like this, man. When I started certain businesses, you know what? One of my businesses, I did have super, super crazy success, immediately, just because of the industry that it's in, right? I made a substantial amount of money very quickly, right? Very quickly. That, like I said, that's one of the things that could happen, right? But the thing about it is, let me tell you what happened. When I made that money so quickly and my roots weren't deeply rooted, I was so used to street money and spending it like I, printed the shit myself. You know what I'm saying? I fucked it off. Right? I fucked the money off because I wasn't rooted. I didn't have no motherfucking, no acumen. You understand me? To understand the dichotomy of the situation that I was currently in. I had went from being flat broke to having an abundance of money. It was a lot of money, but now as I learned more about money, it wasn't no money. It was some money. It was a lot of money to a nigga like me or you. You understand me? But a motherfucker that's holding, it wasn't no money for real. But anyway, nigga, I fucked the money off. I went to Europe and shit. Went to Spain. I did a bunch of shit. I bought some clothes that I didn't need. I bought a car I didn't really want. I invested in a rental property, Airbnb. I didn't really, man, I fucked that chili off. And you know what happened? I got right back to zero. But you know what? I didn't stop the business. I didn't stop, actively working at the business and working at growing or whatever the case. So now when money comes through, I'm just like, all right, that's cool. I'm not excited no more. Also too, cause I went from flat broke, absolutely nothing, zero pot to piss in, you know what I mean? Nothing, nada, zilch. You feel me? Zero. You know what I'm talking about? And then I went from having a couple dollars. So naturally, I got excited, over abundantly spent, overzealous, running through the mall because I was flat for so long. I'm just like, oh shit, this is money. I forgot about this shit. I like this shit. You understand me? But anyway, the lesson that I gained, the education, the wisdom, it was a lesson that was expensive, but it was a good fucking lesson. And now I know better. And that was a certain amount of money. So now when I get the bigger bag, I'm going to know what the fuck not to do because I fucked up the smaller bag before. You understand? So, hey man, don't try to microwave your success, my dog. It ain't gonna do it. It ain't worth it. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? That's not the movement, man. That's not what it's about, cousin. You gotta slow cook. You know what I'm talking about? Now check this out. Look, All right, so I got a slow cooker. I'm the owner of a slow cooker. Maybe I'm getting old. I don't give a fuck. I like my slow cooker, my crock pot, whatever the case, right? So, I make a mean chili. That's kind of my jam. You know what I'm saying? I make a cold ass chili. Go crazy, right? But I notice when I cook the chili in a regular pot and I put all the shit in there and I whip it up, whatever the case is, it's good. You know what I'm saying? It's good. I'm not going to, my skills is immaculate, right? But when I cut them ingredients up and I dice them onions and I put that bell pepper, I'm talking about, and I put them beans and I, put that water and I season that shit just right. And I throw that shit in that slow cooker and I walk away from it. Come check on it every now and again. I'm moving around doing other shit. Boy, when I pull that shit out the pot, man, you think Jesus was in there. I'm talking about delicious, right? Because it took time. It took time, right? It's going to take you some time, man. Relax, man. Kick your feet up, man. You know what I'm saying? Work your plan and plan your work, man. You know what I mean? You don't got to be in a rush, man, trying to treat your life and your business like some microwave chicken nuggets. It ain't going to be done in 5 minutes, dog. It ain't going to happen, right? So wrap your mind around, man, like I say, man, to set at least a 3-year plan, dog. At least a 3-year plan, man, because 3 years, I think that gives you enough time and enough experience in the business and in the industry to be like, all right, either this just ain't for me. I'm not good at this thing. I don't like this shit. Or, you know what I'm saying, I figured out everything that I needed to do. You know what I'm saying? And now I know how to work, the movement, right? So I'm gonna stick with it. I just figured out what not to do in this industry, right? The industry's for me. You know what I'm saying? I like the shit, and now I just had to work the kinks out. So now I got a system, and now I'm rocking and I'm rolling. 3 years. I say with the first year, that's where you really gonna just be getting your legs up under you, trying to figure out, man, how to just do the shit, period. Plain and simple. Putting your pieces together, putting the people in place, all this and that or whatever. The second year, that's probably when you're gonna start being like, okay, you might see a couple of dollars, but you might be like, all right, man, you're gonna learn the mistakes from the third year. From the first year. Around the third year, like I said, that's judgment day. You understand me? Hey, all right, man, look, I've been at this shit for 3 years. I've been at it. I've been doing my thing. I've been working hard as I possibly can. I've been learning. I've been seeking wisdom. I've been reading. I've been educating myself on this shit. It's not working for me. So this ain't my jam. I'm going to move on to the next thing. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, man. And can't nobody, say that for you but you. You did. But yeah, man. Do not rush this shit, man. And it's beautiful. Man, it's beautiful to watch it slowly happen too. It mean more to you. You appreciate something. You know what I mean? It ain't just a matter of like, hey man, I started this business, now I got $1 million, whatever. That shit don't even mean nothing. You gotta go through the shit of like, man, I didn't think we was gonna survive. I didn't think we was gonna make it, man. I didn't think this business was gonna keep it lit. You know what I mean? And then, man, look, check it out, man. We did that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, don't microwave your motherfucking business. Don't microwave your life. Don't microwave anything that you're doing that you want to keep that's of significance. That's, anything that's remotely important to you. Don't microwave that shit, man. Put it in a slow cooker. You know what I'm saying? Put it in that crock pot, man, and set it and forget it, man. You know what I'm saying? Be on the lookout for the Improvement Institution, man. We got mentorship from a gang of different motherfuckers, from a gang of different fields. You understand me? We got, coaching classes. You know what I'm saying? We got, interaction. You can interact with other people that are in the Improvement Institution. And y'all could chop game and exchange game and information or whatever, man. Still gonna sharpen that steel, man. And you got to stay sharp around this motherfucker. You understand me? So, hey, man, this is another motherfucking exciting episode of A Minute with Miles, and we focusing on that positivity, that progress, and that power. You dig?